I am I am nervous and excited at the same time that I'm getting to make this video talking about something that I have been very passionate about in a different dimension of my life, and the fact that I'm bringing it on here. Oof. Anyway, hi guys. So welcome back to my channel. Yeah, I'm like literally going to share with you a different season of my life, a new era of growth, mindfulness, and self-actualization. And I'm pretty excited. But at the same time, I'm like, whew. But you know what? We are doing it despite the fear, we're doing it despite the anxiety. So nothing is going to pull us down and bring us down on this. So yeah, welcome. So in today's video, we are going to talk briefly about self-development. And the reason why I want to talk about development briefly is because we are taking a different direction in this channel, direction of growth, daily direction of getting to know ourselves. So self-actualization, self-development, and mindfulness. Those are the things that we are diving into in this channel. So in today's video, I want us to look at the essence of personal growth. So we'll dive into topics of just a brief introduction of what self-development is, why it is important, and how we get started on that journey. Okay, so this is just a disclaimer. I am taking you through my journey, and I want us to build a community of like-minded people who are also in that journey. So if you are in a journey of getting to know yourself, getting to be the best version of yourself, this is the channel for you. Please subscribe and let's build a community of us. Let us get to support each other and have each other backs on this. So I welcome those comments at this point. I welcome those likes, those shares, and also just subscribe to this channel if you haven't subscribed to it. So let's dive into it and look at who the cow is self-development. When you ask and you start talking about self-development, what exactly is that? And this is not something I'm starting now. This is something that this year my intentions was for me to really develop and grow myself. It was for me to take myself from a point I was to the point I am now. Probably this was not the goal. The goal was to get better, but I'm grateful I am to here. And if I look at that, I think, and I can say that self-development is a treasure chest within yourself. Okay, so it's a lifelong process. It's a continuous improvement of enhancing your knowledge, enhancing your skills, enhancing your qualities, and also enhancing your well-being and your overall happiness. That is what self-development is. So it's like a superhero journey, and the superpowers you have is self-development tools. Okay, so yes, they are tools. So it's like you want to become a superhero, and yes, you are the superhero of your life. It's now taking that like literal and being intentional in, I'm going to embark on this journey of superhero. I am going to be the superhero in my story. I am going to be the star of my story. And now taking self-development tools as the superpowers that you have to get you to the goal of the best version of yourself. So that is typically it. I've not gone with the dictionary definition of self-development. So if you want to do that, please look that up and maybe you can share with us. But that is what I can say self-development is all about. It's about learning, it's about growing, it's about evolving, and also unlocking your full potential. That is what it is. And that said, I think by that definition, you can already tell why it's important. So it is important because, this is something that helps you to be the best version of yourself. And what's wrong about that? What, if like there's nothing, that is the most important aspect of life, right? So in nowadays, we're living in a life where we are faced with a lot of distractions, a lot of noise, and the pressure, and self-development in your life is basically like your life raft. It is a ticket for your self fulfillment. It is a ticket to your success. It is a ticket to your happiness. Okay. So when you gain that power and when you realize that, you basically take control of your life and you start steering it in the direction that you want. And that is why self development and self actualization is really important. I should have grabbed a cup of tea or water at this point because, yeah, I can feel something in my throat, but nevertheless, I'm going to stop. I'm not going to stop it. We continue. Okay. So, um, again, there's nothing, I don't think we can have any. I know with everything happens in life, sometimes, especially if you become a parent or something, you think that your life biggest mission is to be a parent to your kids. But your life biggest mission is actually to show up as your authentic person in the best version, in your best version that you are created to be. It's about you exploring your full potential and really showing up to that. And if you look at it, if you get into this journey of self-actualization and self-development, it also has a domino effect to it. When you become the best version of yourself, you become a better mother, you become a better partner, you become a better friend, a better employee, a better businesswoman, and a better of everything that you are, right? And I'm saying that because I do not believe that women, or rather human beings, were made to be one thing. We were meant to be everything. Our experiences, everything that we basically and typically go through are supposed to mold us and get us to the people that we are now. And if you get to a point where now you're on a journey of self-evolvement, self-actualization, and self-development, when you grow, you're becoming better at how you handle circumstances, experiences, and how you treat people around you. You become the best version to everything that you're surrounded. Not just one aspect of your life that will get to see the results of your self growth, but every aspect of your life, every dimension of your life will actually get that effect. So nothing can be more important than that. Okay. If we look at, so this is, I'm just doing an introduction, guys. So this is going to be very easy, but they're very important points that I want you guys to really understand and start thinking about. If you want to start this journey or if you are on it, these are the things, this is how I want you to see it. It doesn't have to be complicated. It doesn't have to be a lot of science in it. It's simply like, I am intentional and I am going to show up as the best person. I am going to show up as the best version of myself. So sometimes it's actually, if you look at it, it's actually not as hard as it sounds. If it does sound hard to some of you, it's not as that hard. I think the hardest part, when it comes to, especially if I talk to my journey, the hardest part was me showing up consistently. I've found that consistency is one thing that human beings fight with. You can start something, but staying consistent in it becomes a problem, becomes an issue. And also that happens, in your self-development journey. But anyway, if you were to look at some ways, how exactly do we then get into this journey? How do we start? So one, I would say, is take a very, very good look at your life. Do a life reflection. Do an audit on your life. Look at the areas that you want to improve. Do you want to grow in your career? Do you want to improve on there? Is it relationships? Is it health? Or maybe even your mindset? And when you look at those areas, identify a start point. Okay. So don't just look at them and like, I need to grow on this. I need to change my mindset. Where or at what point do you want to change your mindset at? So do a full evaluation of your life, identify those areas you think you want to improve on, and then list them down. Okay, so you're doing an audit. So auditing is basically looking at taking notes. So please take notes on that. Now, once you do that, you need to to have a clear goal. You need to write down a specific and clear goals on how you would achieve and get to the point that you want to get. And I'll say something on that. This takes more than just writing a set of goals. Okay, it is also about you. Once you identify, you start showing up slowly by slowly, start showing up as the goal itself. Okay. So if I want to grow a certain skill, probably I want to learn a communication skill. So it's about me taking yes the courses on communication, but it is also me starting to show up as the end result of that course. What do I mean by that? It's about me. If today the lecturer or the teacher was talking about patience in communication or something, it's me starting to practice. It's me starting to show up as that exact thing. When I'm communicating with my friends, with my family, it's about me actualizing on the lessons that I learned. Okay. So when we talk about setting clear and specific goals, yes, set them and start embodying those steps basically. Okay, or start embodying the goal at the end, right? So when you start showing yourself up as that individual person, yes, there is a journey, yes, there are things that you need to take part, you need to learn, you need to do A, B, and C, and then as you learning, you're going to instill those things as you learn them. Okay, so I'm Beyonce, an example I'm using. So I'm Beyonce, that's the goal I have. So what does Beyonce do? She does A, B, and C. So I'm going to study Beyonce. I'm going to see her, to look at her routines and all these things. But if I look at her, if I say I'm Beyonce, what does she look like? How does she dress? How does she talk? Start showing up as her, right? And then as you learn her life and all these nitty gritties, start presenting them in the life. Okay, so when it comes to setting specific goals, that is how I want you to look at it. Not just taking a note and a pen and just listing them down, but it's also you showing up at this moment as that you want to be. Once you have defined your goals, it's now for you to start looking for resources and how do I improve these areas. Again, they can be a lot. They can be career driven goals you have, it can be a relationship driven goal you have, it can be anything. So based on everything that you want to achieve, how do you get there, right? So I think I've talked about this. So it's showing up and not just showing up, because you can show up as something you don't really understand. So it's looking at the bigger goal. How do this person I want to be look like? And then now taking the steps. So I've always shared this with people I work with, and I tell people intentional growth takes more than just sitting in a classroom and getting. It takes more than you sitting here and listening to YouTube videos. Intentional growth is about you learning, it's about you listening, it's about you acquiring that skill, but also being practical in it. Okay, so are you very bad at time management? It's not about you listening to how you're supposed to plan your work and manage your time. It's also you starting to do it. Actualize on the action, actualize on what you're learning, bring it out of the classroom, bring it out of all these places that you're getting this material, and start living it. Okay, so practice makes perfect. You can't move from one point to another and be perfect, but showing up as that version and now starting to build brick by brick all the things, the habits, the skills, everything that you're learning, just bring it in together, and at the end of the day you're going to be that person. So look for resources. You can listen to podcasts. We have so many YouTube amazing videos that you can start listening into if you are in the journey of self-development and self-actualization. And then from there is consistency. I've talked about this. So nothing was built on one day. I mean, we all know the saying that Rome was not built in a day. And personal growth is something that you need to do regularly. You need to have self checks on a daily basis, on a weekly basis, And more importantly, you need also people you can be accountable with each other. Okay. Sometimes it's very hard. We're going to talk about that on another video. But you also have to stand and start being accountable for your own actions, for your own life and your own development and growth. And then from there, it's just also embracing the awesomeness that will come with self-development. It's not easy, really. I won't say it's something that you wake up, decide, and tomorrow you have it. It's going to be a journey that has ups and downs, but the end results of these are going to be amazing. we need to really tap into our potential. We need to tap to what God gave us. We need to tap to those gifts and purposes that we're living for, right? And the only way you're going to fully do that is if you start looking deep, doing that self evaluation and really just showing up as that person. So yeah, so that is basically it. That is what it is, how and why it is important. I hope you find this video helpful. Again, I am excited. This is me showing up as the person I want to be, and I'm going to fully show up for this, and I hope you guys do that as well. So again, please make sure you subscribe, like this video, share it with your friends and families, and more importantly, leave a comment on your thoughts on this journey, if you're on it, if you want to start, your lessons, what you've learned, and all those things. Would love to hear from you. Would love to build a community of self-developers, if we can call ourselves that. And I'll see you guys on the next video. So bye.